Hello everyone, this is Riya Chandok. So today for class 6 social studies, we will do chapter number 7 of history, great thinkers and new belief. But before that, I wanted to clear some points. First of all the videos on my channel are for reference purposes only. Please do not completely rely on them. I would advise you to please cross verify them. Secondly, till now for class 6 social studies, we have done 6 chapters of history, 6 chapters of geography, and 3 chapters of social and political life. So, in case you have missed any video, you wanted to watch any video, you can just simply go to the class 6 social studies playlist on the channel and can search the respective video, or else I will link all the videos which are useful for your class in the description box. You can just simply check the description box and watch the respective video. Third point is this point is only relevant for the new viewers. This is not relevant for the persons who regularly watch these videos. So all the videos on the channel are in reference to the book which is reflected here. So the book is Getting Ahead in Social Science of Orient Black Swan. So if you are following any other video, I am not sure whether all these videos would be helpful to you. Yes, some might be helpful to you, but not all the videos might be helpful to you. So please keep that in mind. So without passing a further minute, let's quickly do the chapter 7 of class 6 history. So for class 6 history, today we will do chapter number 7, great thinkers and new belief. So let us quickly come to the exercise of this chapter. So in the exercises, first of all, fill in the blanks. First one is Mahavir is believed to be the last of 24 dash. So he was last of the 24 Tirthankaras. Next, dash and dash were elaborate sacrifices performed by priests on behalf of the kings. So it was Rajasuya and Ashmaveda. These were the sacrifices that were performed by priests on the behalf of kings. Next, the order of monks which Mahavir and Buddha established it is known as Sangha. Next, stupas are structures where dash of Buddha are kept, where relics of Buddha are kept. Right? Next, true or false? By the 7th century BCE, the Vedic religion had degenerated into mindless rituals and sacrifices. This one is true because by the 7th century, all the people of the Vedic age started believing in different rituals and different sacrifices. So, this one is true. Next, the common people disliked the caste system of the Vedic religion. Again, this is true. Next, Nalanda was a great Jain center of learning. This one is false. Next, Nirvan means freedom from the cycle of life and birth. This one is true. Yes, Nirvan means the freedom from the cycle of life and birth. Next, Mahavir and Buddha lived during the same period of time. True. They both lived during the same period of time. Now, next, answer in brief. First one is, what is the law of karma taught by the Upanishads? So, for this answer, come to page number 55. So, for answer number 1 on page number 55 under the heading Upanishads, it is fourth last line and the answer will start from here. The law of karma, then you have to write, is based on the, after karma, you have to write, is based on the concept that we experience in our present life is a result of our past action. Right? I repeat, the law of karma is based on the concept that what we experience in our present life is a result of our past action. So, this was answer number 1 in brief. Question number 2 is, explain the Three Ratna principle preached by Mahavir. For this answer, come to page number 56. So, on page number 56, first column, last paragraph, it's written he said. So, instead of he, you have to write Mahavir. So, the answer will read as Mahavir said that the Nirvan could be attained by practicing the three ratna or the three jewels, the right faith, the right knowledge, and the right action. Right? So, this is your second answer. I repeat, Mahavir said that the Nirvan could be attained by practicing the three ratna or the three jewels, right faith, right knowledge, and right action. Who were Digambaras and Shwetambaras? So, for this answer, come to page number 56. So, on page number 56, second column under the heading Spread of Jainism, we have to write from here the Jaina, as the followers of Mahavir came to be called. So, we will write the Jaina broke up into two groups, that is the Shwetambaras and the Digambaras. Then first we will put the heading Digambaras and we'll write from here the Digambaras did not wear clothes, they were sky clad, as the word Digambara means, right? Then we'll put the heading Shwetambaras and we'll write from here the Shwetambaras wore white garments. Shwetambara Jainism is more widespread these days, right? So this was your answer number 3 in brief. Now question number 4 is, what were the two groups into which the Buddhists were divided? What was the basis of the split? So for this answer, come to page number 58. So on page number 58, under the heading The Spread of Buddhism, we will write from here the followers of Buddhism split into two groups, Hinaya and Mahayana. So then after this we will put the heading first Mahayana and will write from here the Mahayana Buddhists made images of Buddha and worshipped them. They also started performing rituals, right? This we will write under the heading Mahayana. Then we'll put the heading Hinaya and we'll write from here the Hinaya Buddhists believed this to be against the teachings of Buddha. They believed that Nirvana could be achieved only by following the middle path or the Four Noble Truths. Right? Till here. So, this was your answer number 4 in brief. Now, question number 5 is, name 4 countries in Asia to which Buddhism has spread. So, we will write the 4 countries in Asia to which Buddhism has spread are first Sri Lanka, second China, third Japan, and fourth Tibet. I repeat, Sri Lanka, China, Japan, and Tibet. Right? After this, we will do answer in detail, and first one is describe the major principles of Jainism. So for this answer, we have to come to page 55 and 56 of our books. So for answer 1 in detail, first we will write on second column under the heading the teachings of Mahavir, we will write from here the Mahavir taught his followers to believe in and practice first point ahimsa or absolute non-violence even towards animals, insects, birds and plants. Then we'll come to next page. Then we'll write honesty, kindness, truthfulness, not coveting or desiring things belonging to others. Then we'll add 2 more points and we'll write from here Mahavir laid emphasis on the attainment of nirvana, of freedom from the cycle of life and death. After this, next point we'll write from here. Here, this was also answer number 2, short. So we'll write the same. Mahavir said that nirvana could be attained by practicing the three ratna, right faith, right knowledge, and right action. Right? So this point also we will write. So this was answer number 1 in detail. Now question number 2 is, describe the eightfold path preached by Buddha to obtain nirvana. So for this answer, come to page number 57. So on page number 57, we will write from here, Buddha declared that a life of moderation is the way to attain peace and happiness. Then we'll write the noble eightfold path is right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right contemplation or concentration. Right? So this was answer number 2 in detail. Question number 3 is, write down any 5 similarities between Jainism and Buddhism. So here I'm dictating the answer, note it down. We'll write, both the religions First point, both the religions were simple and were taught in Prakrit language. Were simple and were taught in Prakrit language. Second, did not believe in rituals. Did not believe in rituals. Third, condemned the caste system. Condemned the caste system. Fourth, established the Sangha. The order, Sangha means the order of monks who traveled around the country. The order of the monks who traveled around the country to spread the teachings of Buddha and Mahavir. To spread the teachings of Buddha and Mahavir. Fifth, believed in ahimsa or non-violence. They believed in ahimsa or non-violence. Right? Now, next question number 4 is, how did the Sanghas help in the spread of Buddhism and Jainism? So, for this answer, come to page number 58 of your books. So, for answer number 4, on page number 58, we will write this answer in points. So, the first point will start from here. The Sangha was an order of monks and nuns who traveled around the country spreading the teachings of Mahavir or Buddha. So, this is first point. Second, the monks undergo spiritual training to attain enlightenment. This is second point. Third point will start from here. Some basic rules were followed by the Sangha. The monks had to live a, a life of poverty, simplicity, and chastity. This is third point till chastity. Fourth point will start from here. To join the Sangha, permission had to be sought from the parents, and in the case of a married woman, her husband. Right? This is fourth point. Fifth point, it will start from here. It was mainly through the efforts of the Sangha that the Buddhism and Jainism spread the way they did. Right? So these were the 5 points of answer number 4. So, on this note, we completed the question and answers of this chapter. Let us quickly come to the multiple choice question. First one is, which of these statements best describes society as it was in the 7th century BCE? So let us read all the 4 options. The people lived lives of great poverty and so turned to newer faiths like Jainism and Buddhism. I don't think this is correct, because they were, at that time the society grew and they started performing various sacrifices, right? Next, it was a period of prosperity, but the tyranny of the Brahmin priest and the expensive ritual forced on the common people forced them to turn to newer faiths like Buddhism and Jainism. C point says people were happy and contented. The caste system was flexible, allowing people to move from one caste to the other depending on their occupations. No, I don't think this is correct. And fourth option says none of the above. So here the correct option is B, as it was a period of prosperity, but the tyranny of the Brahmin priest and the expensive ritual forced on the common people forced them to turn to newer faiths like Buddhism and Jainism. Right? Next one is the law of karma taught by the Upanishad stated that, let's read all the options, stated that people should practice yoga and meditation for a healthy life. B, the human body has an atma which survives even after the human body dies. Could People could reach God without the help of priests or rituals, or what we experience in our present life is a result of our past actions. So the Upanishad stated about the karma that what we experience in our present life is a result of our past actions. So your correct option is D. Next, third one is, according to Mahavir, Nirvan could be attained by practicing the 3 ratnas of, and options are see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, right faith, right knowledge, right action. I think this is the correct one. So 3 ratna refers to, here 3 ratna refers to right faith, right knowledge, and right action. So here correct option is B. Right. Fourth one is, Jainism did not spread as widely as Buddhism because, options, the Jain monks did not travel as widely as the Buddhist monks to spread Jainism. Mahavir insisted on absolute non violence. This was difficult for the common people to follow. Mahavir taught in Prakrit, which was a common language which people could not follow. or all of the above. So the reason why Jainism did not spread as widely as Buddhism was because Mahavir insisted on absolute non-violence or ahimsa. This was difficult for the common people to follow, right? So correct option is B. Next, fifth one, what were the four sights which changed Gautam's life? So it was a sight of an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and an ascetic, right? So here correct option is B. B is the correct option. Next, sixth, Buddha believed that for freedom from suffering, options are we should get rid of desires and wants, we should practice meditation and pray constantly, we should practice severe penance and fasting, we should practice ahimsa, and to be honest. So, as per Buddha, Buddha believed that for suffering, to get free from the suffering, we should get rid of desires and wants. So, here correct option is A, right? Seventh, followers of Mahayana Buddhism, options are made images of Buddha and worshipped them and started performing various rituals. Second point says believe that nirvana could be achieved by following the middle path. And then there is A option which says both the above statements are true. B option says only the first statement is true. C option says only the second statement is true. So here the correct option is C, as only the second statement is true, right? Or we can say that the second point is true, right? Eighth one, how did the sanghas help in the spread of Buddhism and Jainism? So options, they built several stupas, vihars, and chaityas. B, the monks of the sanghas traveled far and wide to spread the teachings of Buddha and Mahavir. C, they forced the people to adopt the new faiths. Or D, they preserved the relics of Buddha under the stupas. So here correct option is B, as the monks of the sanghas traveled far and wide to spread the teachings of Buddha and Mahavir, right? So students, I hope the video was helpful to you. So if you're looking forward to more chapters, you're looking forward to more videos, do subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell icon. When you hit the bell icon, whenever the videos is being uploaded on the channel, you get a notification regarding that, right? So if you want to receive further notification, hit the bell icon also. Thank you for watching.